Welcome to the Mad for Each Other show.
This is Viju here.
Hi, this is Guju here.
That we believe if you're mad for each other,
You become made for each other.
this week we have another amazing mad for each other couple, and we are so privileged to bring you this couple, Dharmendra and
Manju.
So just tell about Dharmendra or Dharmbai. He's been in the corporate industry. He comes from telecommunications. That's where he started his career. When I spoke to him, I understand that he worked many places across India. Comes from Nalanda. Known for knowledge.
Yes.
Right. I don't know if that's the reason he's been attracting so much of knowledge around culture, yoga, meditation, so many things, right? But the corporate career which he was there, he didn't much like about it. He thought, he switched over to network marketing, MLM. He was doing that for some time. He moved to Dubai, and he couldn't find again fulfillment there. And that's the time he actually associated himself with coaching. Passionpreneur, was the community that he associates himself with. In fact, he's helping a lot of individuals to uplift their personality. He calls himself an habits coach, right? And do you want to?
Of course, I'd love to introduce Manju. Manju, if you allow me to call it, she is a jack of all trades. I mean, she's a multifaceted, multi-talented, multi-skilled personality. Right from she claims that she has more than 38 skills, and each of the skill can be used across various facets of life, even including for children as well, right? And she comes from Bokaro.
Yes, she comes from Bokaro.
Yes.
She is a teacher?
Yeah, so she's a teacher. She's done her nursing, and she is currently pursuing and trying to find out what is it that is making her click, what is her purpose in life. So without further ado,
wait. There are a few more things. The way they actually call themselves.
Oh, yes. That is very interesting. I think we missed out this.
Yes.
They are a love marriage couple. Yes. And if you're all familiar with, the one of the most romantic films in Bollywood, which is Hum Apke Hain Kaun, right? Yes. So they call themselves the Hum Apke Hain Kaun couple. And to know more why they call themselves that, we can talk to them and find out. Yes. But what is the topic that they're going to talk about with you?
Yeah, definitely. They've been married for about 18 years.
Yes.
And it's going to be easy guess that they picked up a lot of habits, successful habits, which has actually brought them a lot of, clarity, purpose, success in their marriage. And they thought, why don't they come and share what kind of successful habits can actually help to create a very successful marriage?
Yes.
Right?
Perfectly said, Viju. So without further ado, let's call up Dharmbhai and Manju. Welcome, Dharmbhai and Manju. Hi, how are you doing?
Dharmbhai, how are you?
Hi.
I'm very fine, and I'm glad to be here in your show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhai. Thank you, Manju. So before we start off into the topic that we want to discuss about, Hum Apke Hain Kaun. Okay, this is the tagline that is associated with you and Manju, right?
And I don't know how many times I've seen that movie. When I was talking to on stage, I just kind of realized, oh man, that's a real couple who actually have that kind of,
True. So I want to understand a little bit how did your Hum Apke Hain Kaun story start?
So, Hum Apke Hain Kaun movie was released in 1994. And 1995 was the time when my elder brother got married. So during marriage, the entire every day, all the songs was being played that Hum Apke Hain Kaun only. So on the second day of marriage happened in daytime, early in the morning. So I saw on that mandap a girl. And when I saw first time, I clicked a picture. I sent you that picture also. And that was the first sight, or you can say first love letter. So that was the impression I carried from the marriage. And then when I went back to my home, after 3 days, 4 days, we have to send Bhabhi to their home. So usually my second brother has to go with Bhabhi to drop her there. But I decided I got ready and that I will go. And I came there, lived there 3-4 days, and mainly I always used to find for her, for Manju, and she used to be very upset, angry with all these things. She used to, put salt in the water I get. She used to put cotton in the rice I eat. When I, in daytime, if I was sleeping, after I wake up, I used to find nail polish in my nails. So these all things.
And you were very sure it was she who was doing it.
Yes, only she was doing. Other my bhabi and her elder sister was not doing all these things.
Uh,
So when I went back, it was very difficult for me to leave. I wanted to stay there only, but finally I have to leave. And then I left from home, and I did not saw her that time. But I was waiting, waiting, waiting. Someone went her and told me maybe he's waiting for you. And when she came, and then I left from there. So that is how we started. And then
how old were
1990,
you? How old were you that time?
15 year.
Oh my God!
15, no, come on, that's child marriage.
That is Raj staying infatuated.
I
Yeah.
know, I'm just saying, kidding.
So that was the first. That was the, because I come from village, and that was the first time I saw a girl from city. I mean something different. So she carried different aura. So that was the attraction.
Beautiful. But I want to stop you here, Bhai, once again. I want to ask Manju here. Manju, I never knew about the nail polish on the nails wala story from Bhai. We spoke to him about the Hum Apke Hain part, but I never knew about the nail polish, the cotton in the food and all that. So why were you doing that?
Actually, till that time when I was in school, my father was always telling that don't talk with boys and all. And I was also in co-ed school. Always I did my completed my study, and most of the time boys are telling me proudy girl because I was not talking with boys. Sometimes they need help. Only that time I was talking. Otherwise, I was always telling enough girls are there. I don't want to talk with boys. So I was not thinking. And there was a guy that he was always talking with his bhabhi and my elder sister. And that upside that first floor, the room was there, and all are gossiping. And I was alone and downside in ground floor. And each and everything what if he need water, so then mama is calling Manju. At my nickname is Chanchal, so they are calling just Chanchal, just go and give water, just go and give food. I was just irritating what the guy is. He can't come downside and can't take one glass water or eat food downside. Everything he need up only. That's why I was irritated, and I was thought just something just do and just he leave from here. Then I don't have to do the things.
Wow, क्या बदला लिया वहाँ से वहाँ. That's very interesting. And how old were
And I
you
was
that
not
time?
talking. That time also, he would just try to talk with me, but I don't talk with him. I told just go talk with your baby and all. I was I just want to play with my cousins and all. And full time I was in farm, and because we are in village, so I was that type of girl. And he was just talking, talking, talking. So I don't like that time of time.
No, I wanted to ask you, how old were you that time when this
I
incident
was
started?
in grade 10 now. I think 13-year-old.
Oh, okay, okay. See, this is unfair. Huh? Asking her to get you water, get you food, serve everything at 13-year-old. That's, that's not fair.
So I was guest there. I was in Sasural. So I read this. So it was not me who was asking her. So like other people used to tell her to go and grab it for. So
And
I was guest. So like I deserve that point of time.
And that was from your Pune side, no? It was the bridegroom side. So all the more khaterdari for you, right?
yeah.
Good, good,
And that
good.
time, my hair was short. I was always keeping this time this much only hair. And one time only, as we just talked, he asked me that in which grade you are, and I told in grade 10. So he told you didn't look like this. You looks like grade 7. Then I told how you can tell like that. And after that, I didn't talk with him.
You would have got
Such
more
an
idea.
idea.
Good. Continue, by you were telling the story. Thanks for sharing, Manju. Yeah.
So that was about that part at the time of marriage, and she's cousin sister of my bhabi. So then in 1995 I came back, and the time came the 1996. So New Year we have to usually we send greeting cards. So I somehow got her address, and then I went to studio in another city and got a new picture, and then got a good greeting card, put my picture and greeting card, and I sent, and her picture also somehow.
He attached in heart shape his picture and my picture and sent it to my home.
So,
oh my God!
Just want to remind you, I know when you just met her the first time, and you said you were trying to be a guest and trying to make her bring water, all these kinds of things, whatever you could get. That time itself, you felt some kind of an infatuation or something towards her. That's the reason you were taking, or when?
He saw her first time in the marriage. That itself, he has fallen.
But
fallen flat.
But for her, you should have checked from her side. I'm saying when did you sense
so
that?
I'll tell you, like when we saw first time, it was just an attraction, even not friendship also. And what you are talking, even we never had that feeling. It was just attraction, someone like a girl, like for her also, like how children they play with each other or attract, and it was just an attraction. I mean, different in a crowd. So there was many people, but she was just a different in the crowd. And like I saw like this girl is from city and she looks different in the crowd, so that was the only attraction. So when in 1996 I sent greeting card, just casual normally, and then
that is not casual. Putting your photo in a heart is not casual.
Not casual. That's why I said what triggered you. Something happened between here, right?
So I'll tell you, it was not me who alone was sending greeting card. Me, two of my friend, we together were making that greeting card, sending. So they told कि अच्छा ऐसा करते हैं, let's do like this, and they influenced me to do all these things. My friends, two friends.
So they influenced. You didn't want to do it.
Okay. So, then I think
and then I sent
Manju here. Stop you and ask you, Manju here. When you sent the greeting card, you received it. That time you never knew that he was so much interested or in love with you or something like that, right? Or did you?
I don't think it's love. I think it's crush.
It's a crush, whatever, right? It's a crush. You call it crush.
It's a crush because at home when I got that greeting card because everyone is here, and at my home, if someone is coming, my papa received something, and if who is this one, he is giving. So he received that one, and he told, "Who is this? Who is Dharmendra?" I just remember that Dharmendra is that he is brother-in-law. Then I just saw that why he sent greeting card, and after that, Papa told, "What is this?" So before when I opened, just see. So then I told Papa, "This is just simply that New Year card is there," and I just keep that one. And after that, I send him back because he wrote his address and all. So then I send him back. Why you wrote like this? You don't know I'm living with my family and all. Who told this and this and that? And if after that he again send me a letter. I just want to become a friend. And then again I send letter that okay, if friend, then don't send again this type of things. And we can just talk, or rest of the things don't send again.
So then I replied something and asked some question, and then she replied something, asked question, and then I replied. So this sequence kept going on for 8 years. On later, every time, once or twice in a month, every month later for 8 years.
But here, so when I would
I'll tell my letter. When you go to her home, first her sister will read, sometimes father will read, and then it will come to her. In my home, my Jijaji will read that letter first, and then his mother will read, and then it will come to me. And that was continued for 8 years.
So all 8 years. The friendship letters.
It was totally friendship letter, or two person is talking. It was never love or something.
But there was attraction for you. Attraction there was for you. I'm sure there was attraction. Yeah.
Yes, so 96 to 98, it was continued, and then 98 I moved to Bhopal. So then there was no one to read my letter. So I became little bit open in putting songs, diary, and sending picture and all those things. I became little bit open. But it was always in a limit, in the up to extent that I was knowing that her father will read, her sister will read. So I have to, even if I wanted, but I never wrote anything wrong. It was like
Information.
yeah. So her sister is to, if she feel that this particular sentence is not appropriate, so she will cut that from the letter. She used to cut that particular sentence and then give it to her.
That is so cute. She's so protective about her.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh my God.
And this entire silsila of letter
8 years.
exchange was happening for 8 years,
8
right?
years, yeah.
And after that, what
It
happened?
was it was about like up to 2001, so you can say 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Then what happened that in 1999 her mother got fall sick, and that time she was very low, and she used to write, this is happening, that is happening, and I used to reply. And that later she shared that but my words become strength for her, like supporting, motivating, inspiring, guiding. So that is how she got more connected to me. And in 2001, like every time, I never met after that. Every time I used to go my village, and I used to ask my bhabi that, shall we go to Bokaro I want to meet her. And she used to tell, no, Uncle Ji don't like guys who's not working, not in job and all. So in my mind, I need to work. I need to get a job, like just to meet her. I need to get a job. So motivation came from there. So 2001, when I got placed in campus interview, I got sure that I have job in Reliance Telecom Limited, and even before the final year exam. And then one day, I used to go to every week to her on STD PCO, and I used to call her. By that time, phone was there at her home. So one day, I don't know what happened, but suddenly I felt from inside to say her, I love you. And in PCO, I just, at the end, but our conversation was finished, and then I called, okay, Suno, and then say, I love you. And when I say, I don't know what happened in my body, like 440 volt current or something, I just left that phone receiver, and I ran away from that place.
He didn't listen that what I replied.
इतना हड़बड़ा गया है, मतलब I love you बोल दिया, and then that's it.
And it was not planned also for him. Yeah.
It was not planned, but something came that side from inside to say, and I told, and then I ran away, like in my body, like a shock, something was flowing. And then my friends paid the bill, and then he came home.
Okay, but I want to stop here, Dharam. Manju, when he said that the first time, I love you, those 3 letters, 3 words, right? What did you feel? What was your reaction, and
What was running
what
in
was
your
running in your head?
Yeah, till the time I accepted him, and something maybe something inside my also that was going on. And when he told, immediately I also told that time I love you, but he didn't listen.
Arey bhai, Dharam bhai, you missed hearing back a response.
Because when my mother was too serious here. She got that liver cirrhosis, and that more than 50% liver was damaged, and the digestive pipe was also burst. And he was admitted, I think, more than 1.5 month in same city hospital. And I can't see, because first day when I went to see my mom, she didn't recognize me, who is she, like that, because the condition was this. And after 1.5 month, doctor told she will not more than 10 to 15 days. You just take it back home. And my father was also, he was also living in a hospital full 1.5 month. After that, he went to Vellore to take for the treatment and all. And there some operation gone, and then the artificial food pipe that was But what the 3.5 months period was, Dharam's letter was only my strength, because all of the relatives, they are not. I was just 12th passed, 12th I completed, and two of my younger brother and younger sister both have to go to school. I have to take care, and my grandma was also there. She was also not well. We have to lift and go to washroom with her, like that. And that time I managed these things. And the close relative, like my kakaji and buaji, everyone was there, but that time no one came. And I don't know how to manage the things, because we never live alone at home with three kids. And my elder sister got married, and that time her date was there. There is this one auspicious day after childbirth, they have to go back in law. Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes,
they take her back, and they didn't left at that. She need you have to, you can leave after that, you can come anytime. But that time only, I think in 10 days, Dharam's letter was coming, and he was only the strength that you can do it, and don't feel anything. Should be mentally strong, because your brother sister is there. You have to take care of all, and after that your mama will come. Because of that.
So basically, my letter, the way I used to send letter, because of that, she started liking me, and she felt that I could be the also. Yes.
Yeah.
She felt very comfortable and secured with you, right?
Yeah, till the time he is my strength, because whenever any type of situation is coming, he is only behind me, and he know how to manage me, and how I can just come up with these all mental things.
Good. This is a beautiful fairy story of it. So when you broke the news to your house, or so, was there any resistance, or it was straight away yes?
So like it started from my side and her side also. Like once girl become 20, they have to marry. That is what is the culture was there. So my elder brother got married in 2002, and that time he was not earning, unemployed, but I was earning. So the immediately came that I have to get married. So my father asked me, "Ki, okay, these are the few pictures people have sent. Just see this picture and we can see." So I told ki, you know that I'm young, still young, and you also know what kind of person I am. I will not marry any girl whom I don't know. So he told, okay, you take this picture, go meet, know each other. But say, actually, at this point of time, I know only one girl, so I can get married with her. So then he asked whom. So I when I told, then he said, there is impossible. It cannot happen. So I said, then if it is impossible, then I don't want to marry now.
But what is the reason for the impossible?
The reason was just the same house, two girl coming from same house. There was not much reason. The only this was the reason. And so
They
then
know about the number of letters. They would have known. So, yeah.
so there happened like after I got the appointment letter in 2001. I think 2001 itself.
Yeah.
I went to her home directly without informing my parents and without informing them. And I just went to her home and I met and I like talked a lot that day. Then I came and then I realized so I'll tell you. So later on when they said, my parents said, my father said mainly. And then again I went to meet her in 2002. And when I met her and then I told ki, we have to get married. And her father also came to our home. They 2 times before me, they also came and my parents said no. So when I was coming back to my home from there, and bus, suddenly I wake up in morning and the thought came to my mind, like if I do not get married to her, what will happen to those letter and my gift and toys that will go to someone else, that will be with someone else, some another guy. No, it can't happen. I can't face this. It should not happen. So that was the motivation. That was another motivation. No, my letter, my gift, and all. It cannot go with another someone unknown person. It has to be with me. So then, I went again to her home, and I met her father and one of uncle, and I told, now you come again to my home, and you have to talk to my father like this. You have to tell my father this. You have to tell this. So I was preparing them what to talk.
Oh my God. Huh.
So then again they came, but this time my brother came and stepped in, and he said to his father, no, the marriage cannot happen. Why you are coming again and again?
Oh my God.
And then they left. And my father was telling, they left or they're still there in the room, in the guest room. I said they left. Why? So I told him, Bhaiya said like this. Why he said, I'm guardian, I should speak now. And like this, it happened. So then my father told what to do now. I said, I will not get married until she get married somewhere. So he told, what you have to do with her marriage? I said, you may never understand, but something has to do. So if you don't want to get married with her, I mean, our marriage, it's okay, but I will not marry first. Let her married, and then I'll decide. And then next day in evening, I was sitting very sad, not talking and all. Then my papa asked, what happened? Like, what do you want? Do you want to get married there only? I said, man to hai, I want. Then my second brother said, kara dete hai na, let's do it. What will happen? And then said, okay. And I said also okay. So that is how
Good.
that is how we all got agree.
This phase was what? What, about a year or less? This fighting phase or probably convincing phase?
6 months, I can say 6 months.
Very nice.
Or
Very
6 month period.
good.
Great.
I just recollect our days as well. When I and my father became a team to convince my mom. In my case, it was my mom who was not accepting a Guju coming into the family. She can't even speak Hindi, neither English nor Gujarati. She had only Tamil and Telugu, right? My dad was just playing a master stroke. We will get some horoscopes and we'll make the girl reject you. Mom, feel very sad about why my son is not getting married to anyone. We'll create that.
So for us also they told match the kundali, this, that, and all. I said I don't want to match. If something happen, I don't want to. Even they say this is not matching, still I want. So I did not get into all those things, match this, that, and all, and never get into that.
If it was meant to happen, everything else will match by.
It will
match. For us also the same thing. I said we want you to see the kundli. I said, okay, go ahead and see it. Let's see what comes. Because we'll fight the problem and the problem comes. Why should I actually stop it? So let them go and see. It was all matching, and then it only added strength to us. And they would have probably gone to see if it was against us, but actually it was working in favor of us. So it's good.
Good. I think we're already on
Yes.
top of the
So let's get to the topic. Yeah, right.
Yes. So it was really interesting to know so many nice tidbits about your love story and how you got you fought for getting married to this beautiful lady Manju, and I'm so happy that you guys are together because you are inspiring so many people, so many couples, so many children with the habits that you have brought in, the successful habits that you have followed over the period of years. You have created amongst yourself, over the period of years. And,
when did it all start? That's what I'm curious, because many times what happens is we also have seen that people start habits and then they just quit.
Yes.
Especially when they quit is when they're actually at the lowest point of their life, correct? When somebody is losing job or changing locations or changing into completely, someone falling ill, something or the other, it will be the disruptions to actually nothing. And I'm seeing even in your life, you have moved across places, right? From 2003, when you got married, you've been living in multiple places, multiple countries, multiple jobs, so many things you did. And so what and where you started these habits and how you continued on that? I'd love to hear from you both.
So for me, I always found she is very particular, very disciplined, committed in whatever she decide. And I was always inconsistent, casual about everything. And over the period of time, I suffered a lot because of those irregularity or inconsistency, mostly in my health, back pain, headache, acidity, constipation, and lot of pain in. So those was going on. My nature of job was also like irregular, has to work in day, night, and anytime. So actually, the few things I started in 2010 when I started doing program of Art of Living, but over the period of time that was also became irregular. But actually, I started in habit from passionpreneur when I realized my problem, my life when I was doing my self discovery, and then I realized in life whatever problem I faced, it was just because of out of habit or bad habit. Then I thought, why not to focus on this only? Because when I looked around, many people having the same problem. At the same time, the people whom I saw, they are good in whether health or the relationship. It is just because of habit. So actually, it was the time 2019 or 20 when I decided to take habit as a passion or as a purpose and helping people. But she was always good in habit. Like whatever she decides, she will do. So this was the period about the habit.
Okay. And for Manju, we'd like to understand a little bit more. When you talk about habits, what are the kind of habits that, like until from the time of marriage, the time even, Dharambai, focusing on creating the right habits for your relationship, for himself. What were the kind of habits that you used to follow? He was saying that you were very disciplined and all, right? And very about. So, what were some of those habits that you were following that made Dharambai inspired seeing you?
And what that Dharmbai was not following.
Yeah.
Dharam is also following, but some for relationship, if we will talk, so then from starting, we love to each other too much. But no, whatever the condition is coming, whatever the situation is coming, never we are blaming each other anything. The first thing we are doing, and if something arguments start, if something anything small or big anything argument start, if from Dharam side, I always be quiet. Be quiet means completely silent. I will not telling anything back. This is this and that. And when sometimes from my side, so then Dharam will be quiet. Always.
Wow.
So never the argument or any thing that increase that will be just hardly that take I think 1.5 minute, 1 minute, or after that again be normal.
Wow.
And
That's
acceptance is also there. That whatever he is doing, to accept, for me there is acceptance, and whatever I am doing, he is also tell me whatever you want to do, you can do, and from my side also whatever you will do, I will support you always. So this acceptance is both sides. Because of these all things, never
So in
another thing happened.
yes, and now I just realized, see, maybe knowingly or unknowingly, something we followed is this thing that we never stop talking. We never stop talking for more than 2 minutes. We never had a time in life that we haven't spoke with each other for more than 2 minutes. Like, and that is what I realized that in family, that people are not talking to each other for days, months, sometimes. And I don't have any moment in life where I haven't spoken with her. So after 1 minute or 2 minutes, if, for us, it's a new moment. Whatever had happened, just gone is gone. So that is one thing. And mostly couple has this problem. So now I can realize when I'm into coaching and all, I can realize mostly couple has problem with only one reason is that they are different. Both are different or opposite. Can I tell you something? We are totally opposite in each and everything.
Yes.
Whether it comes to food, it's never the same. If I want to eat something, she will want to eat something different. Even the choosing the color for our children, I would like blue or red, she will like offset color or something.
I
For
understand.
anything and everything, we are opposite. We are different. And then I realized that was the reason of the argument used to happen, the disagreement used to happen. But we never carried that. But now I realize that made us, grow in life. Because if one person looking this side and another person looking this side, that is actually we get 360-degree views in all the direction.
Wow.
Otherwise, what happen if both person looking in one direction, they will get into gadha. Like, because other person is not looking other side. So this is also, I would say, if two person is different, it is good, because if two person exactly same in a room, then other person is useless.
Redundant. True. Yeah.
Correct, na? If two
Makes
person is exactly same, then other person is useless. Because if two person is different, that is how they will bring the different ideas, different thought, different opinion. They will look what is pros, cons. That is how being different. Now I see it was a blessing for us. Initially, I used to think also, why she is different? Why we are not matching? Why we are not getting on the same point? Why we are not getting agree? I used to get panic, but now I see it is a blessing for us. Being different is a better than being the same. The
What
only
I like.
understanding.
Hmm.
Yes. Go ahead.
No. What I like about what you're saying is because we've seen this in a lot of couples. It is also the mindset with which you look at the situation that makes a difference. In this case, you both have appreciated and respected the difference that you both have had. Now, you mentioned something on the food, right? You said your taste in food is different, her taste in food is different, right?
Yes.
But you still eat in one plate, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to know a little bit more about that.
You say?
First time when we meet before marriage, and we went to market and we went restaurant, and then first time we order pizza, I think, yes.
Yes.
And we ate because from childhood I was that type of girl. I never eat anything or drink anything if someone touch that one. Yeah, the people are telling at home me Panditaji that if you touch it, she will not eat like that. But I don't know what attraction or what the acceptance was there. The first time we eat, that time we eat first time together, and after that, whenever meet, from that time we are eating in the same plate till that time, because from grandma they were telling जितना बांट कर खाते हैं साथ में खाते हैं तो प्यार बढ़ते हैं.
True.
Whatever in that mind, so we till that time we are like breakfast lunch, because at home we are now breakfast also, lunch also, or dinner also, every time we are eating in the same plate.
So here is a tip. Just now I realized, for all the new couple or the guys youngster, when you go to meet your partner for the first time, order pizza, because they don't eat single plate. I never realized that. Just now I realized when she told. So when you order pizza, there will be one plate. So from there it will start. So that continued, and we started eating even at her home in our home also. But it was usually not acceptable that time in 2003. So my mother used to tell me, okay, if you want to eat together, go inside and eat. Nobody should see you. The people from village, neighbor, and all should see that
Even
you guys
after
are
marriage.
eating together.
I
After
mean,
marriage,
After
yes.
marriage also.
After marriage, yes. So eating is like beyond. Even sitting together like this was not
Acceptable.
expected. So I told you, after marriage, I went to her home, and I was sitting with her on sofa somewhere, and then mother-in-law told ki one uncle is coming, so alag ho jao, matlab sit separate. I said, why? So that was the situation that we can't even sit together.
And at my home also, one time we are eating together. My father was telling why he is eating with her. That me and my father relation was too good, and if I was eating, he was always touch the food and bite one time. That just irritate me. She will not eat. And when Dharam came to, then Something father conscious was there. So, he was telling why he is eating with her like that.
He was always protective, right?
I'm a little curious
Yeah.
here. While all these plates and everything, eating in one could have started, but I'm just going back to what you said in terms of being silent, right? Whenever there is an argument, one partner being silent. Are you trying to tell me that this kind of maturity or understanding was there day one from your marriage, or was it you were having your own fair share of fight and then you realized, I think it's not worth it? When did this kind of an understanding come?
From the starting of marriage, we never fought like that till that time. Never that Dharm is telling something and I am telling back something. I didn't remember any time.
Very nice. Maybe all the letters which you
Yeah.
exchanged has helped you to get there, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Maybe, yes.
At my home, my inspiration is my mom and dad both. That my mother was too polite and my father was too strict, like that. But my mother was all when my father was angry or something, he was telling my mother. That time, my mother was always silent. And after that, he cooled down. Then in daytime, he was just angry, and then in evening she sat with Papa and she was telling what happened, and then after that she was talking. So end of the day, I always think that my father and my mother whole day what happened they are discussing to each other. After we are sleep, the kids just get slept, and after that they are talking to each other full day what happened. And I never saw in my ma papa also they were argue anytime in front of us or any I never saw. Maybe this thought that came from there only, and from till now I didn't remember any moment that I argue with Dharam and Dharam argue like we are fighting to each other. That never came. That moment not came.
And are there any challenges that you would have faced in your marriage, after marriage, and last 18 years of your life, where you overcome that? Because one of the major is the argument, and I'm sure that itself is kind of out of the roof. Second is, I'm sure between both of you, open communication was always there. Anything that you felt as challenge between each of you, working, work-life balance, whatever, was it something that you came across and you resolved it?
So mainly like once any couple get married, what happens is that the involvement of other family members like in-laws, our brother, sister and all, that is where I see relationship getting affected.
Okay.
One thing I just realized just now that we have been blessed that after marriage, since we always stay away from relatives and parents, like in a separate city. So that is one thing I could see that have saved our relationship, because when other person also involved, their opinion, and I have to do according to them and all those things start. So we have been blessed with that. Also in beginning, they like some people try to get involved, in between us, what is happening, why this, that, and I'll do that, interference and all. So eventually I stopped all those things, responding and all. So we become like sort of independent and everybody is happy. Like, so no interference, no disturbance, nothing we have. And we have all the relationship good with in all the relatives. So this is one thing I could say. In terms of challenges, like when my work was very hectic or very stressful. So when I used to come my home, I used to always carry the work and the anger and the stress, and that affected our relationship also many of time that affected. And I used to get angry and I used to short, and those things happened because of the work I was involved into. Few of the challenge, like the major challenge I faced only in 2013 when I think I shared you that we were in Dubai, and our first child we got in 2008, and second child she planned for 2013. And when we were in Dubai in 2013, we went to Malaysia in May. That time she was carrying the second, younger one. He was 4 months,
Fifth month.
fifth month, going on like pregnant. And suddenly I got call from my brother that uncle auntie from Bokaro, like her parents, they passed away in an accident. And that was the moment, very tough period. And that was the time I connected to Mehul Bhai. Mehul Bhai was also there with us in Malaysia. So from there, without telling her, I came from Malaysia to Kolkata, Kolkata to Bokaro. I did not tell along this journey. I'm more than 15, 16 hours. What happened? So that time my only worry was that if I tell her about the parents, what how she will take up and what will happen to the baby inside. So the only reason was that for me not to telling her about the news. So that was the time. Then we went through like all ritual and all thing happened, and that was the time I realized that there are rare people. There are many friends, relatives. They are there to just sake of saying, but actual taste who are there to help you, support you, we will get when you are in tough moment. And my father-in-law, he was person like who used to help anyone and everyone, anyone and everyone. And that time, very few people came to help. Very few people came to help. After ritual and all, when I went back and I opened his diary, he used to write everything, how much money he has given to whom and all. And when it is written in diary that he has given some money to some people, and people said that he has returned, and he was the person like they immediately he used to update. So many people did not return money, many people did not support it. Only one uncle auntie stayed. Even relatives also did not support it. One uncle auntie stayed and supported. So that was the phase I realized. And after that until that time I was also a person who used to support anyone and everyone. After that my interest in supporting people has reduced. Then we went to Dubai, and our second child, his due date was in November, but he got delivered because of diabetes and some fluid come in October only. On 2nd October, he born on 2nd October. So and that was the toughest period for me, like taking care of her, taking care of newborn baby, taking care of elder son. Also I was in job 24/7 job. Anytime call comes from office, I has to go to be in office. So that was a 24 supports job I was working. But during that period, like from morning till night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I used to just keep working, sometime in kitchen, sometime cleaning, sometime this, sometime that. And I did everything for her and for a baby, what a mother could do. When a newborn baby, when a baby born, mother has certain roles, right? To take care of a new mother and a baby. I did everything. I did everything. Taking care of her, doing malish, massage, baby hair, everything I did. As a like mother, as a father, as a husband, as a like job. So for 1 month, it was very tough. And I'll tell you then what when we do something great responsibility, God also support us. There was no family, there was no relatives because we had planned that we will call our parents, their parents. But this is what didn't happen. But there was no friend who can come home or do something in Dubai. But in entire 1 month, somehow I have to go to office only for 3 days. All the work was managed. So you say, na, then when God also support in some way. And that is how I did. And when from Dubai, when I used to go to my home, I used to see she entire day she was tired, working, taking care of both kids. Even what I can do, what can I do, my work and all. So what I used to do when all three are sleeping, I used to take oil and do massage like malish for all three. And I thought at least this much I can do because she will get relaxed at least, because I saw in my home like my mother used to do, tail malish of my bhabi, right? That after they get baby and all. So that was my thinking that okay, when I do, at least we will get some relaxation, some help. At least this much I could do. So that was the period was challenging or tough for me, Riddhi,
Very
and Vijay.
So
Wow.
that's nice. That's an important learning for many. In fact, I also sometimes feels very guilt in my, for the way the first time when she was pregnant, I couldn't really support the way that any wife would have really wanted the support from her husband. Sometimes we see that job and everything else becomes a priority all the time. But the thing, what I learned from what you're saying, Dharambai, family is above everything. And when you are actually focusing there, God will help you to put the other problems at back. Like you say, only 3 days I went to office. I sensed it. Yeah, if your priorities are right, your priorities are in the right sense, the whole universe will come to support
I
you.
think it's the intention. The intention with Dharambai was having at that time is Manju's mom and dad are also not there. She's already feeling the loss of her parents, and they could have been a big support when the second baby was there. So he kind of played the role of a mother and father, giving her that security, that love and care that helped her to also recover faster. So that is beautiful. And Manju, you want to share something about that particular period with us?
Yeah, actually, when second child was we told our parents, and my father was always telling, you want to do so many things, so don't tense. When your second baby will come, we will come to there, and we will live there, and we will take care. And after that, what you want to do, you can do, because you just take care of your kids. So then. That time, Dharam didn't tell me in Malaysia that what happened. I was asking so many times, and in between also he took my phone also, and in between someone call came. Then he didn't give me back that she will know. And uh, in Kolkata also airport, my brother's friend was there to receive us, and there also he was talking with me, but he immediately come. Dharam came, and he just thought maybe he will tell. So then he come there also, and till that when I went to home, Bokaro, till that time I didn't know what happened, and in my mind was that only something accident happened, and they are in hospital, and everything will be fine. Everything will be fine, and when we reached there, next morning that passport came. Mama Papa passport came at home. That there. Uh, or after seeing that, they have to, because they want to come Dubai for me, and after that they can't come any time. Yes. And when we went back there, I am completely in depression. I can tell, because suddenly that happened, and after that, I have to take care of my elder sister, because she was also something going through that one that time, and. I don't have to tell her, or I have to take care of my younger brother and sister also. I didn't cry that time. Uh, because of maybe that, I carried so many emotions inside me, and when we came back, I was not talking with Dharam. I think not talking, that means I was in silent. I want to keep silent, and I was not eating. He was making food also, but whole day in that period of time also, I was eating one chapati. He was just worried for me, because baby was there, but I was not understanding that baby was there. I have to take care of him or her. I was just thinking back, what happened like that. And when that was actually a tough time, because no one was there, and no one we know. When we came back from hospital third day, then or that time, first time I left my child, my elder one, in a neighbor's house, when we were going to a hospital, because suddenly that happened. Or when we came back, there has to go for that child certificate, birth certificate, and all. I remember that day, fourth day, I just went drop my kid for a school, and when I came back, because my health was also not good, because that is fourth day only. The completely pain was there, and hurriedly I left my younger one and went. Then I slept that time, and backside too much pain was there, but I didn't tell to him, because he was also whole day he was working. So thank God that or that time, because my parents, mm, I lost because of accident. When Dharam was going, I was full day. I was tension that he was driving that time Pajero, and I was their speed is also 120 in Dubai, 120, 110. That speed is. I full day. I was afraid that when he came back, like that was going on. And when we have to go to doctor also for checkup and all, that time I was telling, can we go by walking? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Few months I don't want to go from car or any vehicle. That because of what face I saw of my parent till time I remember that one that completely crushed my father face in last time. So half face was not there. Uh, so
So
Right.
that-
It's very
That's a
difficult.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I can relate here, Dharamba, in fact, in the world, and in fact, in this today's world, many couples or many individuals, I should say, they are sometimes even doubting, why should I get into relationship? Why should I get married? Why do I need a partner in life? Right? When somebody will talk to you and they understand the tough times that you both have gone through,
Yes.
and you see how you both have supported each other during the tough phase. Imagine if Karam was not in your life or Manju is not in your life, this support is not there, right, for everyone.
Yeah.
You rightly said, even somebody who looks very close in our life itself may not be close when there are problems happening,
True.
right?
Right.
When truly some problem is happening, that's when you see a true support comes from your life partner who's going to be there forever in your life. And that's one of the reasons I think relationships and marriages are made in heaven, and you are and real example for that.
True, true, true. And the way, you have supported during the time, and when it's a pregnancy, the delivery, losing your parents in an accident, as it is, the delivery is a very taxing time for mother, right? But given the challenges that mother has gone through, you stood with her, supported her. It talks volumes about how relationships should be handled uh, by both partners, especially during times of tough times and challenging times. So that's beautiful. Now moving on to a little bit, on some of the successful habits that you have developed. I understand that you were telling about some habits that you've done in your kids also. You inculcated in your
yes,
kids also. Can you please
yes.
share those habits, please?
There are seven habits from when they are 2.5 years old. They can talk. They can talk and speak. From that time only, I started that morning when they are just woke up. After that, they on bed only. They have to see their palm like this, and after that, they have to tell Karagre Vasti Lakshmi, Kar Madhya Saraswati, Kar Mule Tu Govinda, Prabhate Kar Darshanam. After that, they are telling thank you because they are keeping feet on the ground. They are telling thank you for a new day. And after that, affirmation they are telling that if you will search, you will get that Abdul Kalam told for us a boy or a student that five affirmation they can do. That can I tell that one?
Please,
Yes,
please.
please.
Yeah. So that is today is my day. I can do it. God is always with me. I am a winner, and thank you God thank you God for everything. And after that, I added few things. I am easy. I love my family. I love myself.
Beautiful.
They are telling these all things, and after that, they are taking water, 500 ml lukewarm water, and they just come down or wherever Dharam is there, or if I not woke up them, to then we just hug to each other, each family member, and say good morning, greet and appreciation is there. And after that, they are doing their morning like bath and brushing they are doing, and after that they are doing prayers, some chantings they are doing, how normal family that is, Gayatri mantra, Mahamrityunjay mantra, these all Durga mantra, and after that Narsimha Aarti they are doing, and after that we all together eat breakfast. These
Wow.
daily basis we are doing
so this happen every day.
every day
From the time
without
they're
fail.
2.5 years old.
Yes.
From
Yeah.
my goodness.
Is this something that you used to do when you are young, or is something that you thought you wanted to bring it to your children?
Yeah, actually, my mama was doing daily basis at puja and all, and she was doing yoga early morning. She get up early, and after that she were doing yoga 1 hour, and after that she fresh up and do puja, and after she start kitchen work. So that I saw from childhood. Or I Because every time after marriage or when I was in college, from that time I just think, if something we are doing daily basis, then we are focused, more focused and goal oriented. And in life, so many confusion is coming to take decision. If we are doing these all things, so then there is no confusion, is that what we have to do, what is right or wrong. So same thing I want in my kid. And my father was telling, something habit you want, so that will not come in 1 day or 2 day. You have to be practice for if someone get in 10 days, someone get in 21 days, someone get in months, and someone get in years. So my this one is that I have to push them up till that time they have to do by own self. Now they
Yes.
are doing by own self. I don't have to push, but initially when they are doing, so sometimes they don't want to get up early. And the people were telling also me that why you are that whole day is there now, why you are telling to kid that get up early. But I
How
don't know, this is ritual. If they want to sleep, they can sleep in daytime, it's okay. But in morning, if their habit is there to wake up 5:30 or 6 o'clock, they have to be wake up. And they are waking up now, they are doing by own self the things. They are now the habit grown up, they are doing by own self. And never I sorry for that, never I no, in mind that is when they are going out, they will do something wrong. The trust is there, that build up, that they will never do wrong things. And like that.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's
Beautiful.
amazing. It's very difficult to see children, especially in my household also. My kids are late sleepers, late risers. So I'm really taking a lot of inspiration from what you're saying, and I think I would definitely like to, inculcate some of these habits. Like for me, when they go to sleep, I make them, do their gratitude every single night just before sleeping. Recount the day, whatever's happened during the day, and just say thank you for what is the best thing that they have, like grateful for. And then we do a
Yes.
small dinner and we, like put them to bed. But still, that morning cycle is yet is an area of work for me to work on. And I'm really inspired with what you're doing. I also remember, you telling about one very key thing. You said there's no television in your house.
Yeah, there is no television at all.
Dream
Yeah,
stealer.
yeah. So when did you take off the television? How did you manage your kids at that point? Because kids,
Actually,
well,
when we came from Dubai, we didn't buy that one, and we manage when Dharam is free. Dharam is playing with kids physically something, or if he has, don't have much time, so he is playing that like Jenga, that Uno, like this
Oh,
type of games he is
laptop,
playing.
I think. Yeah.
So
yeah.
basically, like they are engaged either in internet with good things or books. We have at least more than 500-600 books. So from Dubai, when we shifted, out of 700 kg, 320 kg was
Book only.
books and stationery. So they read book. They read book. Most of the time, we have to tell them, don't read now, do this, do this. But because they are always with book, so mostly they don't need TV, they need book only. So that is one thing, and some toys, and we have a lot of toys. So they play.
Hmm.
That is how they are engaged.
Which are the two most important books that have influenced both of them?
So what is this series like? One is Harry Potter, other is like
Wimpy Kid
Sudhamurti,
and
Wimpy
Sudhamurti.
Kids, and there are many. What is that?
Even
Ronaldo.
backside, how many books are there? They read most of the books.
He has read these other books also. Like he read 80% mindset, 20% skill. He read 600 a week, and many of book what we read now he
Hmm.
read
He read
already.
only.
Wow, beautiful. So you
And
see, they
he finished book like 600 a week. He finished within 2 hours, 2 hour, one sitting. So that is how he read book.
beautiful, beautiful. It's you see, books are the most important aspect of everybody's life. If people can read books and learn from them, they can change the course that they go upon in their life, right?
Yeah.
And you've
Right.
inculcated this habit in kids right from the childhood. It's a great thing. You want to add
Yeah,
here
in
something?
fact, today the biggest dream stealer, like I say, is televisions and gadgets.
Yeah.
I think books even farther away from the kids. And now with all the online schooling and last 2 years of pandemic, most of them don't even read real books. It's all virtual. So I think, yes, it's always great to have these books. Now, in fact, one more thing, I think from the successful habits point of view, we did have a lot of things. What you're saying about the being silent is one of the rule, which I think has helped you. The 2-minute rule that you shared.
Don't stay without talking for more than 2
minutes. Right? And I love the way how you said. Yes, sometimes opposite poles, people think, hey, come on, we're not made for each other. Truly, actually, the world is also saying that opposite poles attract, right? What you can see the good side of it and bring together. Another thing, what you said was the eating in one plate. I should say a couple who eats in one plate probably will, be much stronger together, right? Nice things we spoke. Is there anything else that you'd like to add here, Dharambai? Otherwise, I think we are on top of the hour. We'd also like to actually kickstart some game.
Yeah.
So one thing I realized that was also very important, that whatever happened between us, it remained between us. We never referred this to parents or relatives or anyone else. We never shared, we never, discussed. I never told to her family side that about her, and she never told anything about me to either side. This was one of the most important thing, which it happened naturally.
Yes, very important. Yeah, because between couples,
And other thing is, like, whenever we are in discussion, we never refer the previous discussion or any previous matters.
Yes.
Every time is a fresh discussion. Otherwise, what happened? Usually that one person do something mistake A or anything, and they will, with reference to that, other will do B, and then they will C and D, and this continue. We never did that. So these are the two most, most effective
golden rule. Golden rule.
I can totally relate to what you're saying. Because even for Jay and myself, in our relationship also, this is the 15th year of marriage, but we have followed these certain basic, ground rules in our marriage as well. That, no talking about each other to each other's in-laws or family members or friends. Because obviously, while we may get over our fights or our arguments very quickly, but they will have that baggage on them and we share, right? So it is all unnecessary. So we have avoided that all our most life. And even the other thing that,
even to the extent of sometimes, because we see in your case, I think most of the times you lived away.
Correct.
You didn't have the in-laws with you, right? In my case, my parents are always there with me. And in that time, also, there was times where there was a problem between Ruthi and even my mom. Ruthi says, don't interfere, right? Not between us. She says, even don't interfere with the fight between she and the in-law, because that can also be escalated anywhere. Once, broken with a couple, they can always get together and all of that, right? The outside one, it takes a little more to actually.
True. So any relationship, there is a challenge. The best thing, according to me, is definitely try to sort it out between yourselves. If you're not able to sort it out, then we can think of other things. Try to sort it out between yourselves and not, get the others extended people involved. And of course, like what you said, we don't do that as well. So don't break up the old skeletons during fights. So that's beautiful. And many couples who are very successful follow, some habits that you have shared. So
this one I should tell Dharmendra Manju. This one, not picking up the old fight, is not like from day one from our marriage we follow. No. Our marriage, all the fights, and especially Riddhi, she used to go and fight back 1 year, 2 year, 3 years back incidents and all will throw on me left, right, and she'll fry me off. For me, I can't even remember some of the incidents, who went wrong, what happened, kinds of things, right? She will remember the exact incident, who did the mistake. You know what I did? Whenever I had a fight, I wrote a self-message to myself about the summary of the fight, right? Summary of the fight. And then the next thing happened, now I've got the summary of the fight. You did all these kinds of things. You used to go to that level of fighting. Yeah. But yes, all I would say.
It took us our own time to reach to that level. Because before we were like this, hammerheads. And दोनों मतलब में है दोनों, you know, like we talk a lot and we both are loud as well. So whenever a fight used to happen, we used to be like, मैं चिल्लाऊंगी वो भी चिल्लाएगा, मतलब पूरा अपार्टमेंट को सुनाएगा हम लोग what you say.
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know about Manju, but I envy them. But every detail, I used to tell God, why is my brain not picking up? I don't know where is it going. They are able to remember everything.
We fight with passion, Manju, so we'll remember everything. You're fighting just for the heck of fighting.
Oh, same thing happens between my mom and dad. Also, I've seen that. My dad also looks at me, you know. Well, yeah, she'll remember everything. And then I realized, but 9 years we have now started doing that. What you're saying, at least for the last many years, we've been following that. It is not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Time. It's not worth it to escalate your fight, run your fight for many days. One thing what we've been doing it at least for many years is like the raat guy, the baat guy, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
We don't let the fight extend to the next day. रात तक खत्म करनी है.
It's not even the next hour.
Yeah, now it's not even a few minutes, to say. But yeah, great. We are so happy to hear about so many amazing, things that you've incorporated in your marriage, with each other, with your children. And it's been a fantastic session discussing about successful habits for a successful marriage. And with this, let's get into our game. Are we ready to play the game?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see.
We call this game as Love is Blind
And
Marriage is
an
the eye-opener. But in your case,
This is true.
but in your case, I can see a lot of eye-opening happened during the love stage because of so many letters you had
No.
exchanged.
See, I don't agree. In love stage, you're still
Apart in different houses.
You're not living together. Only when you're living together, you actually understand the person in a much more, detailed fashion. And only when he got married, he understood they are like poles apart, right? Before that, he was always thinking like this, right?
Yeah.
So this is the game that we like to play. And the rules of the game, very simple. 5 questions from me, 5 questions from Viju. For each question, you have to answer either the answer should be pointing to yourself or your partner based on the question. And you have to keep your eyes closed. Yeah. Either your partner or yourself, right? Eyes have to be closed. And
Can you see the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just an example, this is the example I always quote. Like I say, let's say the question is, who is more intelligent, right? The answer could be, if I'm saying I'm intelligent, I point myself. She also feels if she's intelligent, she points herself. But if I think, hey, come on, he is more intelligent than me, then which means we both are agreeing on that point.
So if we are agreeing on the point, which means if Vijay also points at me and I also point to myself, we have agreed on the point.
For example, who has got a cute smile? Give it to her.
So that's 10 points.
I'm saying, so the points are like 10 if both of you are the same answer. Yeah. If you are different answers, it will be 2. So at the end of 10 questions, we'll see what's your score and compatibility rates. Okay? If you want me to go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead. So please close your eyes. Manju, please close your eyes. Dharambai has already closed.
Yes.
Okay. So this is your first question. Who spent...
blind.
Yeah. Who spent... Ready? Okay, the first question. Who spends more? Okay, that's cool. Now, who is more short-tempered? Gets angry very fast. That's... Who is the most responsible parent? That's nice. Who calls or texts more?
Again.
Who calls or texts more in case of, who's generally reaching the other person more? Calls or texts more. Okay. The last question from my side before I give it to Riddhi. Who says sorry first? Whenever there is an argument, fight, who says sorry first? Nice. Okay, now I'll give to Riddhi here.
Okay, so I will go with my 5 questions. Who is more angry when they are hungry?
Good. I like this.
Okay. The next question is, who wakes up first?
What again?
Who wakes up first? सुबह कौन पहले उठता है? Okay. Who is more forgetful? Okay. Who is a good secret keeper?
Wow.
Arre.
This one I never expected. Wow. Super.
And who loves sweets more?
Sweets.
Mithai.
Okay.
Wait, drama is not yet okay. Okay, beautiful. Well played. You can open your eyes. Okay, Manju, you can open your eyes. You want to know the score?
Yes.
68.
Okay. 68 is your score.
So it should be 5 or 10, come multiple of 5 or 10 or 8, how it came. Anyway.
Okay, how it came,
I'll tell you.
Yeah, so the
68
last
out of 100.
68 out of 100. Yeah.
Pass, first division pass.
Yeah, I'll tell you the questions where you disagree. Was which one?
Who is the
Third
more
one.
responsible parent, right?
Yeah, who's the most responsible parent? I think you pointed to the other person, right? And then who says sorry first? You said to yourself, each of you. Okay, so.
And the other question that went wrong was who loves sweets more. So you pointed to Dharambai, and Dharambai pointed to you in terms of sweets. And who is more forgetful? So again, this one was pointed at opposite as well. So out of these 10 questions, 4 were wrong. So both of you get 2 points for that. The rest of the 6 questions were correct, so you got 10 points. So this is your score.
Oh, got it.
So how did you feel about the game?
First division pass, 68.
Yes,
Good. But
Nice.
forget first division pass. Your marriage is super pass. Like you're in distinction and I don't know what not. So kudos to that.
Yes.
And
But this is the fun side of it. Sometimes,
Yes.
15 years of my marriage, suddenly when somebody asks, I know what's the favorite color of your wife, I went blank. And then only I asked, hey, what's your favorite color? Very recently I came to know, okay, black is a favorite color. Now I say all the time, you're dressed in black. Right?
15 saal of marriage, wearing black almost every other day, and he's asking me what's your favorite color. So you can imagine how it is.
Happens. Okay. Cool.
Anyway, so before we wind up the show, we usually ask our guests to share that one tip, each of you. So I want to know which is that one tip that you want to give couples these days. You want to start, Dharambai, or Manju, you want to start? Any one of you can start and let us know what is it one tip that you want to give.
You start first.
Okay, Manju.
We don't if someone is in anger or something, like what I told before, if argument start to another person, she or he have to understand, maybe he or she is in a different mindset, so let him speak whatever that is coming in mind, and till that time the other person should be quiet. And after he or she cool down, then after that they can discuss what happened or rest of the things. So then the fight will never increase.
Beautiful.
That will be settled down.
This is an awesome tip. I know, see, sometimes people say this, you listen patiently. But what I really like the way you said is, I love that person to say whatever without reacting. Actually, what you're saying is correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that helps a lot. In our case also, we see that, when one person is angry, and the earlier part of our marriage times, we, like I said, head on to each other, right? Now, when we had this realization, not me, she had this realization before me, I should accept this.
Yes.
Right? So when I used to scream on top of her, my voice and all of that, Rudy goes silent. I'm like, suddenly reaction is coming, right? When the other person is not reacting, right, he will not automatically mellow down.
True.
Right? The reaction happens only when the other person is also,
Retaliating.
retaliating.
Yeah.
When one person You will
Sorry?
not. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a rule that Newton's third law. That is, after every action there is a reaction. Yeah, if action
Yes.
something is happening, then reaction will come up.
When you're taking the reaction out of the equation, and then automatically the anger will go down.
True, true.
That's happening, and that's beautiful. And at the
But,
same time,
but extension to that, it is also important for that partner who's keeping quiet, to later on, make the other partner understand and realize where things could have
Correct.
been handled in a better manner.
Yes.
And that's what we do usually. So we usually go
Which
quiet.
I don't like the second part actually, but she does it.
When you want to improve your relationship and take it to the next level, when one partner is ready to be quiet and handle your anger, because you're literally handling the tension. It's not that you are loving to get to face the tunes, right? ऐसा नहीं कि हम लोग मजा आ रहा है, चिल्ला रहे हैं. So we are taking it all in. So the other partner should also respect and appreciate that, yes, my partner has taken this all in. I should at least give that 2 minutes to hear what that person has to say. And that is very important later on. So it's not just like be quiet, but it's also explain or, express your feelings to your partner as well later on. So both of you feel not left out in the game. That is what I believe. And it's a beautiful point that you brought up, Manju. And I would like to ask Dharambai the tip that you want to give couples these days.
So one thing like I could share, and I was thinking about myself, like what I did, what I was doing. So when she said, she mentioned that I used to be silent when she's talking. So actually, it was not a silent. I used to always do the thinking. So the tip which I would give is that, so I always think, let imagine in this situation, if there has to be my sister as and a couple, if there would have been my sister, what I expect from her husband, the same way I behave with her. And when I see like how I have to deal in critical things like a major situation, if whatever the way I expect my sister to be treated from her husband or her family, same way I try to give that bring the environment. So I always not silent, I always think and analyze. So that is one thing majority I used to do. Second thing, and by the way, I don't have sister. I don't have sister, so that is always like I feel that is how I see like how I want, I must have, how I wanted my sister to be treated by her husband. So that way I think, and that is how I do. Many things we have already shared, but only thing I would say is that to most important thing is like the formula of like I would say CART formula, CART, CART formula. The first thing is the communication. Never stop communication. Whatever come what may, never stop communication. Keep communicating. In any matter, that is how we never stop communicating. So the first secret would be the communication, and the second is acceptance. Accepting the person the way they are. That if I accept each and everything, because every person is different. Like initially, my way is different. That I have to keep wet towel on the bed. Always I keep my bottle cap open, door open. She also has different something which people don't like. The only thing is that we need to accept the person. Every person is different. So one is communication, second is acceptance, and the most important for any relationship is respect. Respect the person for the way they are, what they are. Right? The respect is most important. And then last is trust. Trust is most important. Usually what happened, people first doubt, and after a lot of experience and evidence, they start trusting. Here I want to say, change the game. First trust, and then you experience and judge and believe. But first, by default, trust to each other, trust to the person and all. So this is what I can say as a tip or summarize.
Beautiful. So if people will follow this cart, I guess their life is going to be a lot of abundance.
Absolutely. The heart is full of abundance.
The cart
right?
is full of abundance if you
True,
follow
true,
this.
true.
Awesome.
But I like that one point he mentioned in between. He says, I stop and think how my sister would be,
That's really profound. In fact, yeah, I would like
hold
to
on,
interrupt here.
and he said, I don't have a sister, and that's
Yeah.
when I was like taken aback for a second, because
Yeah.
usually people,
Associate relates to something what you have, right?
correct.
No, and also what I've heard many say is, you whenever you fight, you either put yourself in the other person's shoes. That we have heard, right?
Yeah,
We also heard, hey, you become, take yourself out of the equation and become like an observer and see.
correct.
That's also something we have heard. But what you said will have much more impactful,
Yeah,
because here you are connecting yourself to a different person from a relationship angle,
yeah.
and then you want to analyze yourself. That's very powerful, very powerful. I never thought about this, but this is really a huge advice and tip to many. You are in a fight, just see how you want to react. You react the way how do you expect someone to react to your close one,
Yeah, true,
right?
true.
So beautiful.
And I think I can see a lot of understanding in that value, because for women, especially I can talk about myself, we always try to find our father figure in our husband. Okay, we always try to see a husband who's very similar to our dad.
That is good.
Yeah, of course,
I'm saying good.
right?
Yeah.
It's important, the bottom line of the thing is, like, you feel that your husband should treat you that much of respect, love, care, the way your father has treated you, that much respect, love, and care, right? And but to take it during an escalation, like during a fighting time, during when the emotions are running high, to actually think of it like that, like if I was to extend to what you're saying, I would maybe think, how would my dad want me to react when like if I was talking to him. So that's a very beautiful way of saying it. It could be a sister, it could be a father, it could be a mother, it could be a daughter or a son as well. And it really makes people to actually sober down and really value that relationship and the whole ground.
I'll also tell one more thing, the way how you talk. See, sometimes if you start thinking as your own, your father, your mother, you're somehow connected. So you'll not be able to, think the righteous way of making them respond.
Okay.
Now, what he's thinking is my sister, and there's a third person called, her husband, right? No relationship with me, but I would have all the best things to my sister to come in to that person. Now, if I'm expecting that person to react to my sister like this, I should be also doing the same thing to my wife.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful way of thinking, Dharam.
In daily life also, Dharam is telling, think like as a problem solver. If something happen, you are just become a third person. Just from there, you just see what is happening and then think. You don't involve in that event. If you involve, you can't think. If you attach, you can't think. So just be a third person, and after that, just think how I can solve, and the solution will come up.
Correct. That's very true in generally problems. But when in relations, right, you can't think just like a third person. People say that. But when he says, you think like, you become the husband of your sister, how would you expect that husband to react? I'm telling you, nobody would have thought from this angle.
Seriously.
I have not heard. And I'm just really thinking, wow, if I wear that kind of a shoes, how would I be? No, become the ideal husband there, right? It's the same thing for the sister, right? For you as well, how would you want your brother's wife to react, right? It's the same thing. You can
True.
relate to, right? So
It's very profound, Dharambai, what you mentioned. I hope, Viju, you have got a good learning today from that.
same thing for you.
Yeah.
That's why at the end I turned it and say,
To you.
you have a brother, think like brother's wife.
True. Both ways, right?
But anyway, but I also want to say something, which I thought before, starting the show. This is something which I was going through some reading yesterday. When you're talking about successful habits for a successful marriage, right? People all over the world talk about goals, dreams, tasks, which are all very important, tangible. All of them are running after tangible things, goals, dreams, and what you want to action. But in my mind, there was a question. This is a question I was asking
And this
Guju in the
shared
morning,
yeah.
right? I was asking Guju, you tell me, what is more important, dreams or habits, goals or habits, tasks or habits? Which is the most important thing? If I have to compare between, let's say, goals and habits, many places I've seen people give more importance to the goals.
Yeah.
Write your goals, run after your goals, run after your goals. But what happens if you're blindly running after goals? You get into swamp at some time. Initially, you get some success, you're happy. And suddenly, you fall into a swamp. You will feel, oh, this is not working for me. This is not working for me, and you will just drift away from your goals. Then you will forget your goal. Also, you will, start detaching from it.
Yeah.
But
it's the habits. Yes, it is the habits that actually will make you stay on that path no matter what. Be it a swamp, of course, there may be a swamp, but it is those habits that will also help you to come out from the swamp as well and move forward on your journey.
Yes.
So habits is the most important aspect. When you're talking about even achieving the biggest goals, whichever goal in life you have, it can be achieved if your habits are formed right and your habits are attuned towards you, taking you on that particular path. So with that, I think thank you so much for sharing the successful habits that make a successful marriage. And it's been a pleasure hosting both of you on our show today. Having a lot of gratitude towards you, Dharmendra and Manju, for our guest. And you want to add here, Viju?
No, I think I'm all over the place. Earlier, I used to think habits coach. What will the habits coach importance? Now I know that's the most important thing which is required for anybody.
True.
Somewhere in our culture, that was very well inculcated by our parents. Wake up in the morning, brush yourself, blah, blah, blah. All these habits, we called it discipline, we called it rules, we called it whatever. But those are the habits which are really, making people, become whatever they are. So thank you again, Dharambai and Manju, to come on our show and share this tips. It was wonderful to have you both.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We also enjoyed. I don't know how time passed, like more than hours. So thank you very much. And the very best. So I must really appreciate and admit here that Viju, Guju, that you both of you are amazing and really doing great sort of service to the society, because these days there are a lot of problems. People are struggling in relationship and people search for happiness, but the foundation of happiness is based on the relationship.
Yeah.
So all the very best to both of you, and spread this awareness, add the value to the people life, bring the love, harmony and happiness in the society. So all the very best for your mission.
Yeah, all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.